Before I start this video, many of you are not subscribed. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel so you'll be up to date with the next video. Picture this. It's a starry Saturday night and you're having a conversation with your friend. The two of you went to an event the night before and you've been meaning to ask them a question about something that you noticed at the event. Your friend told you not too long ago that they were giving up fast food for health reasons. But at the event, for some reason, they opted to eat fast food while healthy foods were an option. In talking to your friend and asking them questions, you're trying to figure out the cause of the change. Your friend tries to backpedal, but eventually comes back to their previous argument that they're not eating junk food despite what you saw. Now, you don't see it, but your friend is most likely experiencing an internal conflict that psychologists call cognitive dissonance. Before 1957, the field of psychology really struggled to try to understand the motivation behind this type of contradiction in behavior. Luckily, a psychologist by the name of Leon Festinger published a book called A Theory of Cognitive Dissonance. According to Festinger's definition, cognitive dissonance occurs when we have two contrary thoughts or beliefs, or when our thoughts don't align with our actions. Festinger believed that people were motivated or driven to reduce the discomfort by either justifying the thoughts or beliefs or justifying the actions or behaviors. In some sense, the justification would have to either modify their thoughts in a particular area, or the justification will have to modify the action or the behavior in order to create harmony or realign their initial thoughts with their initial behavior. Simply put, cognitive dissonance is just a mental or psychological stress that we feel when what we do doesn't match with what we say. Now, going back to the scenario, most people would call the friend a hypocrite. And while they're not entirely wrong, because the friend made a claim and acted in the exact opposite of the claim that they made, sure, they are a hypocrite. But I don't think that hypocrisy is that straightforward. What do I mean by that? In some sense, hypocrisy fits into cognitive dissonance. Let me explain. While hypocrisy stops at the misalignment that you get from a claim that doesn't match a particular behavior, cognitive dissonance takes it a step further by explaining, one, why it happens initially, and what we're about to explore, which is why it continues to happen. Why do some people continue to act out hypocritical behaviors? Essentially, through the lens of the attribute that we find attached to cognitive dissonance, hypocritical behavior can be reinforced through a number of reasons. And we'll look at 3 reasons for the purpose of this video. Number 1, Festinger's justification attribute. As I stated earlier, when people experience the discomfort that comes with cognitive dissonance, they're either motivated to justify the thought or the belief to help align with the behavior, or on the flip side, they justify the behavior to align with the thoughts. But where people fail to make the accurate change so that they can be proper alignment, what you find with hypocritical behavior is that simply some people double down. And in order for them to experience that realignment where their thoughts and the behavior match, this doubling down extends to lying to themselves, and if they're convinced that the behavior is fine, then there's no need to change the behavior. Number 2, self-affirmation theory. This theory is coined by Claude Steele in 1988. Steele proposed that people are motivated to maintain a positive self-image or their ideal self-image when it's threatened. And what they do is that they pull other positive attributes in order to compensate or to readjust to focus to maintain that sense of positive self-image. So in the case of the friend who claims to be on a healthy diet but they eat fast food, they may fluctuate or walk around with the answers, providing very broad, general claims and focus on other positive aspects of their personality instead of acknowledging the sense of personal responsibility that comes with making a claim to eat healthy and changing either the belief or the behavior so that there'll be alignment. Number 3, effort justification. This theory is linked to Festinger's cognitive dissonance theory, and it states that people have the ability to rationalize an outcome by justifying the efforts that led to the outcome. And that's regardless of the outcome being valuable in and of itself. Let me explain this in a simpler way. Someone will rationalize and place high value on, let's say, tickets for a concert by justifying the amount of time they had to wait on a line for said tickets, regardless of the concert being great or horrible. In other words, the perceived value of the outcome, in this case the concert, has increased tremendously because of the efforts that it took to reach to that outcome. Where there's enough effort put into something, whether that be time, money, sacrifice, resources, people are able to justify these efforts by placing values on the outcome. Now, in the case of the friend who ate the junk food at the party, let me say that the outcome, which is eating junk food at the party, is justified by the amount of effort they put into their healthy lifestyle throughout the week. So they may point out the fact that they eat healthy every single day, they exercise daily, they drink plenty of water, they get enough rest, they wake up early in the morning. So they might even say something like, well, me eating junk food at the party doesn't make me any less healthier. I've put in so much effort for my healthy lifestyle throughout the entire week. So what if I eat junk food? Health-wise, I may very well just be in a much better position than most people at this party anyways. My thoughts on this. People are walking contradictions. I've been saying this for years, and it's a very common occurrence that you see in religion all the time. People always make a claim that they just cannot live up to. Trust me, I know. Now, does this mean that every time you come across someone who their claims or their beliefs don't match their behavior, that they're automatic hypocrites? Yes and no. So if we're just looking at a very myopic, simple, standard definition, then sure, people are just hypocrites. But as I stated earlier in the video, a lot of people are experiencing internal conflicts with the claims that they make and the actions or the behaviors, which creates a nuance and breaks down the simplicity of what hypocrisy is. I would argue that there's more utility in observing someone's intention, their honesty, and their ability to rationalize, rather than the inconsistencies in their behaviors. Because, and this is going to be a hot take, objectively, the reality is that we're all hypocrites. No one's ideals always line up or match their behaviors or their actions. You're right. For some of us, we daily play a game of cognitive seesaw with our behaviors and our actions to try to create some kind of harmony internally. And if you are honest with yourself and do some introspection, you'll come to the realization that you also have internal struggles with the things that you believe and the way that you act sometimes. So the next time you come across someone, whether it's like the scenario I painted with the two people in dialogue, or in any other scenario where someone's actions don't line up with their belief, don't be too quick to label them as a hypocrite. Sometimes they may just be experiencing cognitive dissonance the same way you and I do. All right, that's it for another video. Thank you so much. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video with all your friends and stick around for the next video.